told me that you tried to tell me where it's at. You said you love me, I can see through that. Lies, lies, lies. You left me hang from a limb. You said you loved me, then you left with him. Lord, you did it to me, I see it in your eyes. Lies, lies, lies.
People see us everywhere. They think you really care. But myself I can't deceive. I know it's only make-believe. My one and only prayer is that someday you'll care. My hopes and my dreams come true. My one and only you. No one will ever know. dreams come true. My life I'd give for you, my heart a wedding ring, my all, my everything, my heart I can't control. You rule my very soul. My only prayer will be someday you'll care for me, but it's only make believe. My one and only prayer is that someday you'll care. My hopes, my dreams come true. My one and only you. No one will ever know how much I love you so. My prayers, my hopes, and my schemes, you are my every dream, but it's only make scared of nothing and I'm scared to death. I can't breathe and I catch my breath, but I keep chasing that same old devil down the same old dead-end highway. Ain't no love in Oklahoma, just the whistle of a long black train. You'll know when it's coming for you, riding in on a wind and rain. Trying to drown me, it ain't knocking me down. I'm standing my ground with the whole world falling all around me. I keep running, but I'm standing still. Pray for peace, but I need the thrill. So I keep chasing that same old devil down the same old dead-end highway. Ain't no love in Oklahoma, just the whistle of a long black train. You'll know when it's coming for you, riding in on the wind and rain. Ain't no love in Oklahoma, just the whistle of a long black train. You'll know when it's coming for you, riding in on the wind and rain. Ain't no love in Oklahoma, just the whistle of a long black train. You'll know when it's coming for you, riding in on the wind and rain.
Nigga, you need to stop snitching. All that yip yapping and jaw jacking. Nigga, if you scared, go to church. You knew the job was dangerous when you took it. What up, it's the big boss dog, Snoop D.O. Double G, Eastside LBC. And I'm bobbing to the beat of my OG homeboy Ice Cube. And I'm C-walking on the motherfucking concrete.
Yo, if you fucked up, put your cups up. Ice Cube and Snoop Dogg, nigga, what's up? See, he's a gangster, I'm a hustler. Yo, it's either thank ya or it's fuck ya.
I'm down with Lil Jon, ain't got to pretend. Crunk juice, nigga, run the club that you in. You scary motherfuckers don't wanna bring the ruckus. You just spend all your time in the club trying to duck us. And if you walk by, nigga, I'ma knock five, nigga. From your ass, you can come try, nigga. In the hood, all the way down south. I ain't Mike Jones, keep my name out your mouth, bitch. We can get it crackin' if it get the clickin' clackin'. Look at Mr. Jackson, nigga, with no reaction. If you're scared, go to church. We gon' hit you where it hurt. That don't work, we'll put you in the dirt. Cause a whole lot of rappers make a whole lot of noise. Lyrics full of steroids, niggas paranoid. And when you get that blow up, it make you throw up when you realize your favorite rapper ain't got no nuts. If you a scared motherfucker, go to church. If you a gutter motherfucker, do your dirt. If you a down motherfucker, put in work. If you a crazy motherfucker, go berserk. If you a scared motherfucker, go to church. If you a gutter motherfucker, do your dirt. If you a down motherfucker, put in work. If you a crazy motherfucker, go berserk.
Click, clacking, pistol packing, crip ragging, folio. Who the only nigga in the club with the Tulio? You ain't know? Yeah, you did. There it was, there it is. Is that Coolio? No, bitch, let me in. Jibber jabber, snatch it, get at you. Spit at actors and rappers. Hang out with kidnappers and jackers. Make money off crackers. Can you imagine how I keep shit cracking? It's the big boss dog. I'm back in action and smashing. I flash with the bling, that's a pass the supreme. You don't really wanna have a clash with my team. I mix hash with the green. I'm the last of the kings. If I got a bitch with me, she got ass in them jeans. Rolling through your neighborhood, my Cadillac so clean. Serving all you suckers cause you all dope fiends. Just like that dope man, nigga, what's up? You run up with that bullshit, I fuck your ass up.
If you a scared motherfucker, go to church. If you a gutter motherfucker, do your dirt. If you a down motherfucker, put in work. If you a crazy motherfucker, go berserk. If you a scared motherfucker, go to church. If you a gutter motherfucker, do your dirt. If you a down motherfucker, put in work. If you a crazy motherfucker, go berserk. You scared, you scared, you scared motherfucker, you scared. You scared, you scared, you scared, you scared, you scared motherfucker, you scared. You scared, you scared, you scared, you scared motherfucker, you scared. You scared, you scared, you scared, you scared, you scared motherfucker, you scared. You scared. If you a scared motherfucker, go to church. If you a gutter motherfucker, do your dirt. If you a down motherfucker, put in work. If you a crazy motherfucker, go berserk. If you a scared motherfucker, go to church. If you a gutter motherfucker, do your dirt. If you a down motherfucker, put in work. If you a crazy motherfucker, go berserk. It goes 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 for the pussy, 4 for the glow, 5 for the rookies, 6 for the pros, 7 for the numbers of them fucking zeros, 8 for the haters, 9 for the cons, 10 for my niggas behind big walls. Fuck these devils and they laws. Never question the size of Ice Cube's balls.
God damn, you're wrong again. I won't hear no more about it. Cried all weekend. Had a fucking temper tantrum all weekend. Just to be wrong again. It's all gonna collapse on Monday, Smokey. It's all gonna fall apart. You're gonna be sorry. Oh, oh. I'd shut the fuck up. You don't know anything. You're not an expert. You watch the news and regurgitate that shit. That doesn't make you smart, dumbass fuck. Dumb idiot fucks. I don't ever want to hear another word from any of you. I don't want to hear no more about it. Shut up. You need to start listening to people. You need to hush. You done been wrong too many goddamn times. Listen to it all weekend. Just for the shit to finish up. It's stupid. Nothing collapsed. Nothing crashed. Oh, by the way, everybody else's economies are going down. All their stock markets are going down. You told me if we put tariffs on them, it won't even affect them. It won't even hurt them. What a bunch of horse shit. Wrong again. Lying ass clown. I know the tactic. I know what you're doing. You're going to try to scare people so they back down. So nobody's backing down to you anymore. Don't you get it? Go fuck yourself. Get a clue already about that shit. It's not going to work anymore. I'm going to spend all weekend crying and scaring everybody, and then Trump will back down. They'll back down. Burn all this shit down. I don't give a shit. Burn it all down. Y'all been getting wrecked all day. All your little tweets getting pulled up when Biden was president. I warned you about that shilling, didn't I? I warned you. Every day I said, you're fucking yourself over because you're not going to be in power forever. And then guess what's going to happen to you, dummy? Everybody's going to be pulling up those tweets. Everybody's pulling up those tweets of Joe Biden saying the stock market is not the economy. Just because the stock market's up doesn't mean it's helping anybody. Oh, thank you, Joe Biden. Thank you for saying that, Joe Biden. Fucking clown show. Hush. It's time to hush. I don't want to hear no more. No more from you. No more expert opinions from you people. You don't know anything. You're copying and pasting. Nobody cares. Well, this liberal said it's all going to collapse. This liberal who's been wrong all the time. Everything he says always ends up being wrong. He's right this time, though. Tariffs only hurt us. If we put tariffs on other countries, it doesn't even affect them. Oh, their stock market started going down. What does that mean? Well, that doesn't matter either. But it matters when ours goes down, huh? Do you understand you're a laughing stock? Do you understand you people are retarded? You understand everyone's laughing at you? You make no fucking sense. Everyone remembers what you said the last 4 years. You just gotta hush. I've told you to shut the fuck up. How many times are you gonna make a fool of yourself? The stock market will rebound. This will all be forgotten. I've been saying it since you was freaking out a couple of days. I've been saying that. It is not hard to predict these things. I'll tell you how you do it. Whatever you say the opposite. Easy. It's easy. You say a bunch of dumb shit, and then I say the opposite, and I'm always right because you don't know anything. I have figured out that you don't know anything, that you're talking out of your ass all the time. So I just say the opposite of whatever you say, and I look like a genius, and you look retarded. It's easy. It's so fucking easy. You guys don't know anything. I know you try to put on this facade, and it's just, God, give me, I see right through it. You don't know anything. You're not experts on this. You know nothing. They told you tariffs don't work. They told you it was going to do all these things, and you just believe it. Even though they lie all the time, even though they're always wrong, for whatever reason, you keep listening to them. And you keep wanting to lecture me when I'm right all the time. You can't even figure out what I've been wrong about. You got to think about it. And it's always trivial shit like a primary subject. I wasn't even wrong about that, by the way. You keep bringing that up. Wasn't wrong about that either. Check the record. Shut up. So tired of listening to you nerds. Black Monday. Oh, it's going to go down 20, 30%. It didn't happen. It's not going to happen. Trade deals will be negotiated and this will all be a thing of the past. And you'll look fucking stupid. And Trump will be right again. And that's what you're really scared about. That's why you're panicking. Because Trump's going to be right. And you're going to look stupid. Please put your ego to the side and care about this country that you live in and care about your fellow man. Put your fragile ego to the side. Because you want everything to collapse and fall apart so you can say, I told you so. It's the dumbest fucking childish shit I've ever seen. And you already destroyed the economy with Joe Biden, and you keep gaslighting like you didn't do that. You already destroyed the economy. So hush. You people really don't get it, man. You really don't understand that nobody takes you serious anymore. I've told you 8 years ago, if you keep on doing this shit, nobody's going to take you serious. I tried to help you, but you just kept lying and bullshitting people, trying to manipulate. It doesn't work. It's never going to work. You're bad at it. You're not even good at this. You're not good at manipulating people's minds. You're not good at lying. Just stop making a fool of yourselves. Good Lord. And if you sold your stocks, you're a fucking retard. Congratulations, you're stupid. My 401k, my retirement. Oh. I see people that voted for Trump crying, my retirement. These people don't give a fuck about nobody but themselves. That's all they care about. And their little checks, their little stock market, their little retirement. Hey, fuck everybody else and their struggles. Fuck it. Fuck the fact that the stock market is inflated and it's all lies and it's all bullshit and it needs to come down anyway. Well, if it comes down to reality, well, their little 401ks are going to go down. Oh my God. So they'd rather sell the country out, sell the future children out, so they can enjoy their golden years with all their little money. You know, it's a bunch of shit. It's a bunch of selfish, pathetic shit. And I'm done listening to it. You fucking crybabies. And when your little stocks go back up, oh, brother, you're going to look so goddamn stupid. Watching all you guys sell Trump out over your little stocks is pathetic. It's absolutely fucking pathetic. This is not what I voted for. You didn't vote to fix all the bullshit? That's not what you voted for? Tariffs aren't going to work. They're not going to work. That seems to be working. From everything I see, it's actually working. Countries are calling up. They're trying to negotiate. They're talking about dropping their tariffs. Your little stocks didn't collapse today like you said they were going to collapse. You want it to happen. You want it to happen. So you can say, look, I told you so. Fuck Trump. So you don't even care about your stocks. You don't even care about any of it. You would gladly let it collapse if it meant you could talk shit about Trump. Do you not realize how fucking mind-fucked you are by Donald Trump, that you would rather go bankrupt and lose everything than Trump be victorious and be proven right? That's the reality of your mind right now. And I'm telling you right now, get a grip. Take some time to really think about what I just said. Think about the fact that you are willing to lose it all so you can say Trump was wrong. Don't ever tell me TDS ain't real, because you have it. You have it. You want to be broke as fuck and struggling because you just want to prove Trump wrong. Sad. Especially after the Biden years where everything went to shit, everything was hard, and prices went up, and I keep hearing about the prices are going to go up. Smokey, the prices will go up with the tariffs, the prices will go from people that have been gaslighting me about prices for 4 years. You have no credibility. Shut up. How many times I got to tell you to shut the fuck up? You can't just say a bunch of shit and then pretend you didn't say all that. I told you when you was doing it, it was a bad idea. I tried to explain this to you. Joe Biden is a train wreck. He's probably going to lose the election. You're probably going to get Trump again. Jesus fucking Christ, guy. You need to calm down. You need to stop shilling so hard because it's going to backfire on you. Now you can't talk about, I hope you realize you can't talk about any of these topics. You can't talk about the economy, war, any of it because you sold your credibility out to Joe Biden. So just shut the fuck up. I told you all the strategy. Hush. The best move you got right now is to be quiet. Let people forget how wrong you are and how stupid you are. You keep reminding us every day that you don't know what you're talking about and you're stupid. Every single day you do it to yourself. Stop. Just stop. Idiots. Complete idiots. I've never seen anything like it in my life. Just every day, just reminding everybody, hey, we're dumb as fuck. We're retarded. We don't know anything. Hey, remember, we're wrong about everything. Here's another thing we're going to be wrong about. If Trump was wrong about this, they wouldn't be, you understand? You got to get a clue, guys. You really do. Here's how you know if Trump was wrong about this. Here's all you need to know. If he was wrong about this, they'd be shutting their mouth and letting him do it. And they wouldn't be raising hell at all. They would want it to collapse so they could say, look, I told you so. Because that's all they care about. The fact that they're trying to fearmonger you and get him to stop doing what he's doing tells me everything I need to know. Because if he stays the course, it's going to work. And they're going to look dumb. And it's only going to make Trump's approval rating go up. And it's only going to help the Republicans in the midterms. And it's only going to help. If they really thought this was a bad idea, they'd be going about it all differently. They'd be they'd still say it's not going to work, but they wouldn't be trying to fearmonger you into not doing it. They don't want this to happen because this is not good. This is going to make him look good. It's not good. It's not good for them for him to look good. It's not good for him to be right about tariffs. It's going to make all these so-called experts look stupid. There's a lot on the line for these people. So they're willing to lie to you. They're willing to bullshit you. They're telling you the prices are going up. The price has been up. These people are done. I told you. I've been telling you they're done. They're just done. They're just every time they think they're going to get a win, they lose. And that's just how it's going to be for the next 4 years. Constant defeat, constant fear mongering, and then looking stupid afterwards. You're doing that to yourself. You don't have to do that. You don't have to keep making yourself look stupid, but you choose to. And I'm all for it because I hate you people. I think you need to be punished. I think you need to lose a couple elections and realize that this shit you're doing just ain't gonna work. How many elections you got to lose for you to realize it's not gonna work? Lying doesn't work anymore. I've been saying that for years. Like lying is over with. You can't get away with it anymore. You really can't. So, and it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get harder to lie to people. So, my best advice I can give you going forward is to break yourself of lying all the goddamn time. Stop thinking that that's your strategy. I'll just lie. I'll just tell a lie and everybody believe. No, I know that used to work for you and it got you a lot done and stuff, but it's over. The age of lying is over. You don't control social media anymore. You don't. Nobody watches the news. It's just you got to stop. Your party is imploding on itself. Your party is collapsing all around you, and you're still trying to BS everybody every single day about every topic. I seen John Oliver trying to convince us that men don't have an advantage over women in sports. I mean, this is pathetic. This is pathetic behavior. And it's counterproductive to what you want, which is to win elections and to have power. The more you try to fool people, the more people you lose. Don't you get it? You've lost voters in every single fucking election. You're getting hammered. Your big strategy is to participate in domestic terrorism. It's just crazy. You wanted the economy to collapse. You really did. Like you want it so fucking bad. And you're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get it. And that's driving you crazy, ain't it? It drives you crazy that I'm just some retard, and yet I seem to know more than you about these things. It drives you fucking crazy, don't it? But I told you the strategy that I use. I go against whatever you say, and you're wrong all the time. It's very easy. I've been doing this for years. Literally, you say something, I say the opposite, and I know I'm going to be right. I don't really have to look into a topic. I don't really have to do anything. I just have to oppose you. And I'll be right 9 times out of 10. I'll be right. It's a pretty good track record 9 times out of 10. Can't be right all the time, but I'll take 9 times out of 10. When are you going to catch on? I knew when this Kramer clown came out and said we're going to have Black Monday, that wasn't going to happen. Because he's always wrong. Do y'all not pay attention to anything, really? I just don't understand. He's always wrong. So when he came out and said that, I said, oh, that's good news. That's good news. Everything's going to be fine. Oh, we're going to have a recession. We already had one under Biden, and you all gaslit us, said it wasn't happening. They keep trying to scare. Let me explain to you why all the fear mongering isn't going to work. We've already been suffering for the last 4 years. We have become tougher people because of that. We have hardened our hearts. We're not afraid of your fantasies. We're not afraid of them. I'm not afraid of the economy. I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. I've lost everything. I don't care anymore. If I can handle the 4 years of Biden destroying everything, I can handle this. It's funny you had so much faith in Joe Biden, but you have none in Trump. That's funny to me. It's interesting. Very strange that you try to convince me there's something wrong with me because I got faith in Trump. You had faith in Joe fucking Biden, a man that couldn't even finish a sentence. A man that had a clear issue with his brain because he's so fucking old. And you had total faith in this guy. So, where do you get off saying anything to a guy like me? I just don't understand you people that you think you can lecture me, of all people. You might want to go back and start watching some of them old streams and realize, wow, Smokey predicted everything. He called it all. Clearly, you must have forgot. I don't see how you could have forgot. You argued with me every step of the way. And yet you act like you didn't. You act like you don't remember any of it. When people bring it up, you just go, that's old news. No, 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 you were wrong. You were wrong. You were wrong. You were wrong. You were just consistently wrong. What about all that time you said all this and it never happened? It was wrong. Does that not matter? Now I'm supposed to take the benefit of the doubt, listen to what you have to say and believe you. But what about all these times you were wrong? You were lying. And by the way, they're going to see the Supreme Court ruled in Trump's favor. Remember that guy? He was like, bring them back. Turn that plane around right now. And the Supreme Court said, nah. Supreme Court sided with Trump. So that's the end of that bullshit. Womp womp. You lose again. Stupid motherfuckers. They sent an innocent man. They said, well, maybe you shouldn't come over the border illegally, guys. Maybe you should think about that before you illegally enter a country. Hmm. Once you realize that all these people are liars, they have their own agendas to push, you'll stop listening to these people. I don't have an agenda. I'm just a regular guy. That's why I'm right all the time. Because I don't have an agenda to push. I don't have an incentive to lie. You'll catch on eventually. You'll figure it out. That the people you follow have an incentive to lie to you. They get paid to lie. I don't. Nobody's paying me to lie. Nobody's paying me to support a party. I have no incentives to lie. I can just tell it like it is. These people you listen to all have agendas they have to go with. They have people that fund them, and that's just the way it is. Eventually, you'll figure that out, especially the mainstream media, which you eat all that shit up. You regurgitate these talking points, and I keep telling you, dude, you're like 23 years old watching cable news. What are you, a fucking boomer? You're fucking, you're too young to be watching cable news. You're too young to be this naive about the news. You're too fucking young to act like some old retard. I mean, good lord, man. And your fellow young people are not on your side either. They're going with Trump. So because the young people realize, like, goddamn, the Democrats have fucked everything up. Democrats have fucked it all up. So why vote for them? And you're scared right now because if what Trump is doing works, the midterms are done for you. The midterms are done. You have no chance. So you're panicking. You're terrified. Um, you did this all to yourself, though. I just don't get why you're crying so much. You reelected Trump. Everyone told you don't do the lawfare, don't try to kill him, don't wreck the economy, don't leave the border open, and you did all this stuff. And while you were doing it, you were smug as fuck about it. You was running your mouth and shit. So now you reap what you sow. Nobody takes you serious anymore. Don't you realize that? Nobody takes you serious. People hear you and they roll their eyes. They know you're full of shit. They know you don't know what you're talking about. They damn sure know you ain't no expert on tariffs. I love these people that read a couple of articles that claim they're an expert. And then I ask simple questions and they don't have an answer for these questions. Simple questions. I told you years ago. Will you hush? Don't stop barking. I told you years ago that it's good to have a madman in the White House. It's good to have a guy that other world leaders look at as a crazy guy. He's willing to do crazy shit. That's an advantage for us because Trump can go in there and put these tariffs on. He told him he was going to do it. They had plenty of time to negotiate. And they kept calling his bluff and playing this game of chicken with him. And then he just went ahead and did it. And now they're all like, what the fuck? Just like that Iranian general that he drone struck. They never expected him to do something like that. Trump doesn't play their game. He plays his own game. How has playing their game worked out for us over the years? Where's it got us? Nowhere. So now we're going to play Trump's game. Now we're going to trust Trump. We had the 4 years of Trump where we tried to find common ground with a liberal. We tried to work out some type of deal where we could both get a win. You get some stuff you want, we get some stuff we want. We find common ground. You refused all that. You didn't want to do that. It had to be your way or the highway. Okay, noted. Lesson learned. Now it's my way or the highway. I win, you lose. My way now. I'm only acting like you. And if you don't like the way I'm acting, then perhaps take some time to take some accountability for the way you've acted for 8 fucking years. I told you last year that after Trump wins, you're not going to like me because I'm going to act just like you. I'm going to spend 4 years acting just like you. And then perhaps after this 4 years, you will be able to realize how annoying you were and how smug you were and how unreasonable you were. I'm not spending another second trying to reason with you. I don't give a shit about you anymore. I spent 8 years trying to find somewhere we could agree on. And literally the dumbest conversations I've ever had in my life. Y'all can't even agree on. It's common sense shit. You can't even agree on securing a country's borders. I mean, it's the dumbest. I mean, what in the world? What in the world? You can't even agree on men shouldn't be in women's bathrooms and women's sport. Like, it's insane. It's actually fucking insane. So when all this blows over and you're proven wrong again, perhaps you'll be a man and you'll apologize to me. Perhaps you will finally be a man. And you will say, Smokey, I'm sorry for wasting your time, pretending I'm some type of expert on terror. Sorry. Whoops. I didn't mean to, Smokey. I'm sorry. I'll become more reasonable again when you apologize to me for 8 years of being wrong and acting like a total piece of shit. Until then, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourselves. How many times you got to be wrong? How many times you going to argue with me, be proven wrong, and just move on and not say anything about it? Y'all don't even want to talk about COVID anymore. He was completely wrong about all that. You don't even want to talk about it no more. You want to, you just want to run your mouth, be wrong, and move on. But if I'm wrong, oh, brother, oh. Which I get it. I mean, I'm rarely wrong. So when I am wrong, God damn, that's a big, I mean, man, what a moment for you. It rarely happens. So you celebrate. And they can't even name nothing I'm wrong about. It's always some silly shit. It's always some irrelevant shit. What are you going to do when that economy bounces back? When that stock market goes back? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You know it's going to happen. You have to know after today that it's going to happen. You have to know that Trump's going to win again. It's driving you crazy, ain't it? Why don't you join the winning team? Why don't you stop being a loser and just jump ship to the winning team? It's so easy. Just say, God damn, I'm tired of being wrong. I'm tired of being made a fool of by the Democrats. I'm going Trump. I'm going MAGA. You can't trust Trump. You can't. These people trust Democrats. They trust every single thing they say. I mean, I can't take you serious when you tell me I can't trust Trump. Do you think I trust Trump 100% like you trust a Democrat? Ah, I'm nothing like you. I'm just acting like you because it's what you deserve, and I told you that's what you was gonna get from me. Smokey, it's a close election. It's a close election. Kamala, the young people, she's really brat, Smokey. Have you seen TikTok? She's really brat. Oh, that's the big strategy. Hey, people are starving and can't pay their rent. What's your strategy to convince those people to support you and give you 4 more years after the disastrous 4 years we just had? She's really brat, Smokey. Children, little children. I told you that's not how you win an election. I told you this country was. I told you when Biden won 4 years ago that by the time we get to the end of this 4 years, this is going to be a very serious election. People are not going to be playing games with you, and you're going to have. I mean, you're going to be in a bad place, and that's exactly what happened to you. Dumbass part was like, "So you're saying we should have just voted for Trump?" Yeah. In hindsight, do you understand now what I was trying to tell you? If you would have just voted for Trump in 2020 and he would have won the election, none of this would be happening right now. That term, that second term, would have been a joke. It'd have been more of the same, more of the first one. It'd be nothing like this. Nothing like this. You literally did this to yourself. You did this to yourself. I know that's a hard pill to swallow, but you're going to swallow it. Everything that is happening now is your fault. It's a direct result of your bullshit. So just suck it up, take some accountability, take a little responsibility, shut up. Because we're all tired of listening to you. And I don't want a third Trump term because I think he's going to be too goddamn old. But if you keep on, if you motherfuckers keep on, well, you're going to get a third term, you see. You really need to take my advice and calm down. Just take a breath and realize the best strategy you got right now is to just relax. That panicking you did over the stock market was a massive mistake for you because it's going to go back up. I tried to tell you this. It's going to go back up. And then you know what everyone's going to think? Oh, wow, the liberals, they panicked again and nothing happened. None of that shit they said was going to happen. Just like COVID, just like all this stuff. Here they did it again. And it's events like that. It's the fear mongering that leads to nothing that is costing you voters. When are you going to realize that? Every time you do what you just did over the weekend and it doesn't come true, you lose voters. Once you figure that out, you'll be better off. Every move you're making right now is counterproductive to your goal of getting rid of Trump, of stopping J.D. Vance, of taking back the House and the Senate in the midterms. Everything, the domestic terrorism, the lying, the pushing the trans. You're still pushing trans stuff. Jesus, man. Jesus, you ain't learned a thing. Because you're mind fucking yourself. You're like, well, Elon hacked the satellites or something. I mean, oh my God. Oh God. Elon hacked our election. Oh God. Oh my God. JD Vance is going to eat you motherfuckers alive. You keep on. Don't you know all this vandalizing Teslas? Let me explain to you why that's stupid. All this, stop defending a billionaire. What do you care about? You're goddamn dumb, bro. They are going to use all this footage of you attacking Tesla owners, attacking Teslas, and they're going to make so many campaign ads with it. And they are going to drive the message to the country that you're dangerous and that we can't allow you to have power. And they're going to have so much footage of you being violent. And everything the voters voted against in 2024, you've doubled down on that. Why you seem to think you're going to win the midterms is a mystery to me. I don't see any path for you to win the midterms. I don't know what you're seeing. I don't think you could even explain it to me if you tried. Well, he's crashing the economy. No, he's not. How many times I got to tell you, the first step to beating Trump is you got to drop the fantasy of Trump. You have to drop this Austin Powers, Dr. Evil villain fantasy that you have of Donald Trump. Once you can do that, you can look at Trump objectively, and you might be able to win back some voters. But the more you act retarded like this, the more voters you lose. And I say keep it up because I don't want you in power. You're dangerous lunatics. You are horrible people. I seen Destiny talking about Democrats are just better people. Oh, the guy that mocked some father getting shot in the crowd of a Trump rally, and he thought it was funny. He thought it was funny that guy's children got to live without a father. Oh, you're a real good guy, Destiny. I gotta take a piss. You're a good man. I mean, who the fuck are these people trying to? You might fool some of these retards, but you're not gonna fool me. You're in the wrong place. You're not fooling this guy. God, I'm gonna make this pizza. Oh, you're right. Dogs. Darvin. I'm not gonna be on here long. I'm fucking tired. I'm off work tomorrow. I'm sleeping for 10 fucking hours. I'm going into a coma. I mean, literally, people run their entire portfolios on just buying stocks that Jim Cramer says don't buy. They go against everything he does and they make all kinds of money. Jim Cramer doesn't know anything. He's always wrong. Black Monday. Guys, the stock market's going to go back up. I told you that the other day while you were panicking. I'm not even a stock expert. You know how I knew? Because all these lying clowns were saying otherwise. So I just said, oh, well, they're wrong all the time. So it's a safe bet to just say the opposite of whatever they say. Works all the time. Been doing it for years. Once you catch on to your people's game and how you just lie all the time, it's easy. So easy. I mean, when is the last time you've been right about anything? They're like, he's sending innocent men to CCOT. Yeah, I doubt it. I just doubt it. I don't believe you because you lie all the time. See how it's a bad idea to keep lying all the time? Because there is a wolf in the room. No one's going to listen. People's going to go, oh, he's screaming about a wolf again. Eh. Meh. This is why you don't sell out your credibility. Told you years ago. I try to tell Junie all the time. Value your credibility. Stop selling yourself out for Joe Biden. What are you doing? What are you doing? Of all the people to sell it out for Joe Biden. I find it absolutely hilarious getting up every day and seeing them go, these tariffs are going to cause the prices to rise. The tariffs are going. Same people that every day told you when the price of all the food went up, hey, it's no big deal. Man, it's no big deal. Just hush. Just hush. That turned out to be a big deal, huh? Yeah, we've been locked down for months, but that's not going to cause inflation. These conservatives don't know what they're talking about. Oh, they were right again. You were wrong. Over and over, I watch you run your mouth and I watch you get proven wrong. Over and over. It never fucking ends with you people. And I've been watching it for 8 years. There is no reason for me to take your word for anything you say. When are you gonna realize that part? I just don't. How many times I gotta say it? You you have no credibility. Zero. Zero. It's at zero. It's negative, actually. It's actually negative. No credibility. I haven't been like I keep hearing, oh, you're brainwashed by Trump. No. Wrong again, retard. You've been radicalized by Trump. No, I've been radicalized by you. You. I just want you to talk about games. Well, why didn't you think of that? Why didn't you think of that when you wanted me demonetized and you want to take all my money away and you wanted to fuck with me constantly because you thought you could bully me into not supporting Trump? Never was going to work. Go fuck. You can take everything. Fuck you. The more you take, the angrier I get at you. Everything you do is counterproductive. Every little thing you try to do, your bullying shit isn't ever. Imagine getting bullied by some punk ass insult liberal. Are you kidding? I smack the fuck out of you. Fuck you, you fucking dork. Nobody's afraid of you dorks. I wish one of y'all would come up on me screaming about Trump or something. Slap the fuck out of you. Fuck away from me. Dumbass. I wish I had a Tesla so you'd come up on me. I wish I had a Tesla. Buy me a Tesla. I'll drive around and fucking entice them to come up on me. I don't even care if they key it. Who gives a fuck? I don't care. I'll wear it like a badge of honor. Look at this nerd. He keyed the car. I want key marks all over it. I'll say, look at these. Look how mad these nerds are. God. I don't think I was on Twitter much today. I wonder. I don't really. What happened today? Oh, this shit is so funny. This guy pretending his conservative friend. I got a conservative friend. He said he's going to vote Newsom. Yeah, I bet. Another thing you got to stop doing is making up little stories and shit. Stop. Will you stop trying to bullshit people? God, when are you going to stop? It's like endless. It's endless and endless and endless and endless and endless. By the way, I gave Elon his 8. I tried to stream on Twitter. I don't know what's going on, but Streamlabs wasn't letting me. I got to figure it. I might have to re-sign into everything, I guess. Something's going on with it. We'll be back on Twitter soon, though. Oh, you see, you got Netanyahu in there. Keep hearing Israel owns America. Well, it don't sound like that to me.
Do you plan to reduce the tariffs that your government put on Israeli goods, 17%?
On where?
On Israeli goods, the 17%. Do you plan
Well,
to
we're
reduce it?
talking about a whole new trade. Maybe not. Maybe not. Don't forget, we help Israel a lot. You know, we give Israel $4 billion a year. That's a lot. Congratulations, by the way. That's pretty good. But we give Israel billions of dollars a year. Billions. It's one of the highest of, and we give a lot of countries money. You wouldn't believe if I said we give Afghanistan a lot of money. Do you? Because that was a Biden deal, another Biden deal. Not only did he embarrass us with that, but they give them billions of dollars, Afghanistan, right? So, but no, we take good care of our friends, and we don't take care of our enemies. We're not taking care of our enemies anymore, but we do take care of our friends.
Do you plan to reduce the tariffs that your government put on Israeli goods, 17%?
On where?
On Israeli goods, the 17%. Do you plan
Well,
to
we're
reduce
talking
it?
about a whole new trade. Maybe not. Maybe not. Don't forget, We help Israel a lot. You know, we give Israel $4 billion a year. That's a lot. Congratulations, by the way. That's pretty good. But we give Israel billions of dollars a year. Billions. It's one of the highest of, and we give a lot of.
Thought he was going to cave today. I thought Netanyahu was going to come in and he was just going to cave and take the tariffs off Israel. That's what you told me. It didn't happen either. God, y'all don't know anything. You don't know nothing. Because you're dumb. We support Israel because blah, 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 blah. Low IQ bullshit. No. It's a little deeper than that, brother. It's biblical. Maybe open up your Bible and you'd understand why America supports Israel. Maybe you'd figure that out. Maybe you'd get it, brother. Oh, by the way, this guy who apparently has roaches in his house and shit, can't clean his house, but this guy gets it way better than you.
Basically, the reason why they're taking an extreme stance is that the situation that was created by not like kind of securing the border and letting all of these people come in, this created a problem that they can't solve with due process, basically. And so they're not using it. That's what's going on, is that basically the problem was created and you can't uncreate this problem unless you do something that doesn't use due process. Problem by what metric? By the metric of having 10 to 20 million illegal immigrants. And that's the reason why the messaging for, but they're not listening to the judge. Well, if the rule of law is something that should be applied all the time, then why didn't they apply the rule of law when these people came in? Why are they even here in the first place? Well, you've created this situation that now it's so bad, you have them trying to do something different. And like they are probably breaking the rules and not following the judge's orders, etc. But the situation was created by
the way, this guy was just playing video games. Ordering DoorDash, playing video game. He wasn't even thinking about this shit. This is how far you've pushed people. If you keep pushing, you're going to keep losing. You have to stop. You are causing people who didn't care about any of this to care. And now they're looking into everything, and now they're going, oh, I guess Trump's right. These people didn't even care. They used to just hear you say Trump was Hitler and go, yeah, I guess he is a piece of shit, yeah. But you have pushed and 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 you have lied and you have lied. And here you find yourself where the gamers are even coming out going, oh, God, the gamers are smarter than you. The people that play fucking games all day and stream for a living can articulate what the fuck's going on better than you're. I'm a genius. I went to college, Smokey. Yeah, you're smart.
breaking the rules and not following orders.
No, you're
either.
indoctrinated. You're not smart.
Things like sanctuary cities, for example. So that's the reason, yeah, they broke the law by letting these people in. Exactly. And that's why you have the majority of people that still support the deportations and mass deportations. That's the reason why.
Exactly.
You have
Exactly. You have let it spiral out of control. You did this. You did this to yourself. Smokey, my friend, he owns a taco stand. They deported him. Well, you should apologize to your friend. You should say, man, I'm sorry, dude, that I pushed everything so far that now you got to leave. Because before, everyone was cool with him being here and nobody really cared. But then you went off the deep end and let 10 fucking 20 million motherfuckers. And then you were letting gang members in and you were going crazy. You were defending gang members coming in. You were out of control. Now you want everybody to follow the rules. We got to follow the rules. Well, I just watched for 4 years. You didn't follow a single rule. And every time I brought up the rules, you said, go fuck yourself, Smokey. Fuck your rules. Fuck you. Fuck the norms. Okay. Well, now, fuck your norms. Maybe we'll send you to CCOT. And I won't say a word. I won't defend you. Because you wouldn't have defended me if I was sent somewhere. You would have just said, well, serves him right. Serves him right for the things he says. He wouldn't wear a mask. He wouldn't take a shot. He wouldn't do these things. He's a bad person. Okay. I hear you loud and clear. You have told me you're my enemy and you wish to do me harm. So you won't see me defending you. You won't see me looking for common ground with you. You wanted a war with me. You wanted a war. You got it now. Buck up, little bitch. Watching you all bitch and cry is the most pathetic. Thought you were so tough. Remember, you was dancing in the street when Joe Biden won. You was gloating like a motherfucker. And what did I tell you? This is bad news for poor people. This is horrible news. This is real bad. It's going to get so bad. And it got bad. And instead of going, damn, Smokey, I guess you was right. You know, maybe you wouldn't have got Trump if you would have came to your senses during the Biden years, and maybe we could have voted somebody else. But no, you went off the deep end. So here's what you get now. And nobody's playing your game anymore. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. You wanted to pack the Supreme Court. I remember all that. You wanted to do all these things. Joe Biden said that you were saying, well, Joe Biden should just cancel the student loans anyway. He should just cancel them anyway. Oh, okay. Don't listen to the courts. Y'all was going on TV saying, don't listen to the Supreme Court. Okay. I hear you loud and clear. So if you think we shouldn't listen to the Supreme Court, we're damn sure not listening to some faggot judge in some liberal shithole city. We don't care. We don't care what he has to say. Bring those illegal gang members back immediately. Bring them back immediately. Are you out of your mind? There's an innocent man on that plane. Well, should have thought about that. Perhaps you should have thought about that one when you was running your mouth so goddamn much. Perhaps you should have thought about the illegal that works at some job somewhere, ain't hurting nobody. Perhaps you should have thought about him. And perhaps when we said, hey, that we should get rid of these gang members, you should have said, absolutely. Let's get rid of them. Let's get this done. Instead, you went, nah. There's no such thing as those gang members. That doesn't exist. That's all fake. You're making it up. Okay. Well, you're making it up that an innocent man. You're making it up that a gay. I can play the game too. You're making that up. I don't have to believe you. You didn't believe me. We had video footage of them taking over apartment complexes, and you said it was fake. We had videos of Biden every single day, and you said they were, what did they call them? Cheap fakes and shit. Remember that? Okay. I told you this was coming. How many times I got to say? Reality's on the way. Smokey's lost his mind. He's just saying shit. What's he talking about? Well, I think you understand what I was talking about now. Reality's here. You're getting what you fucking deserve. How many times did I say that? You're going to get what you deserve one day. And nobody's going to feel sorry for you. Nobody's going to defend you. You're a piece of shit. Smokey, they're deporting people on college campuses that are protesting. Oh, well, that's funny. When we were protesting about vaccines and things, you wanted us arrested. Remember all those Canadian truckers? You wanted all them locked in jail. Oh. It's okay for you to protest, not us. Gotcha. See, this is a war. And when we're in a war type of situation, the rules go out the window, don't you see? You're committing domestic terrorism as we speak. You're attacking people's Teslas every day. And you're doing it for a political means. It's literally the definition of domestic terrorism. You fit the definition to a T, what you're doing. So, sorry, you're not going to make me feel bad for going, fuck them. I'm not lighting a car on fire. Biden was president for 4 years. I didn't hit nobody, didn't burn anything down. I just called him a faggot every day and made fun of you. You got violent. So, God, you just have no ground to stand on. You really don't. It's like Destiny running his mouth. Oh, we're Democrats are so much better people. All this and that. Yeah, sure. Didn't you make a sex tape with a girl and then send it to another girl? Wasn't you sharing another girl's nudes with random people and shit? It's pretty slimy. You're a good person. You're a real good guy. Yeah. Some guy gets murdered at a political rally and you think you said he deserved it. Huh. Wow. And these people keep lecturing. Yeah, Democrats are just better people. They're just, just better people. Where do you get off saying that? Because in their minds, they're fighting evil. They're fighting the evil Trump people. Oh, they're so evil. They see you as evil. They see you as someone that's completely irredeemable. They would kill you if they could. If you don't believe that, you ain't been paying attention. They would kill you. They would kill me in a heartbeat if they could. If I got killed tomorrow by some liberal, there'd be people gloating about it. There'd be people saying, fuck them. And I know that about you, so why would I defend you? I hope they send you to CCOT. Quite frankly, I wouldn't defend you at all. I wouldn't. I would dance in the street as your head gets shaved. You have made it clear to me what you want to do to me. So I hope my leader gets you first. I know that if you retake power, you're going to punish me. So I can never support you again. You've done this to yourself. Done this to yourself. You are who is irredeemable. You're completely irredeemable as a human being because you're willing to use violence over politics. And I'm not. And that's the difference between me and you. But of course, you believe words are violence. You're people out of your minds, really.
Have ignored the rules. You have stopped listening to what the border and immigration policy is. You have created this extreme circumstance that is cataclysmic and problematic for a lot of people, or at least the perception of it is that it is cataclysmic and problematic. And now, in order to solve the problem, you expect people to follow every single rule that you conveniently ignored in order to create the problem. And you're confused why people don't want to hold them to that standard. Well, it's because you didn't hold yourself to that standard. It's the same reason why nobody cares about Trump being a convicted felon. Trump's a 34x convicted felon. But the thing is that when Hunter Biden isn't in jail, the average person is not going to give a fuck about what Trump did. You can't watch Hunter Biden playing Grand Theft Auto in real life, smoking crack, driving 150 miles an hour, and see this guy isn't in jail, and then expect people to care about like some white collar bullshit with Donald Trump. Which one's worse, smoking crack and driving under the influence of crack, or some weird like tax reporting? Which one do you think average people care about more? Again, my point is that this is the reason why a lot of people don't give a shit about like Donald Trump ignoring these judges. Is because the problem was created by ignoring the law. And so solving the problem by ignoring the law is viewed as equivalent exchange. That's the reason why.
Equivalent exchange. You did it first. When you set the precedents. Morons. As soon as you realize everything happening now you did to yourself and it's nobody's fault but yours, you'll be better off.
You know, there was a time when we didn't talk about the border. We didn't talk about any of this stuff. You made the problem so bad that it's all people started talking about. God, you did this to yourself. Complete idiots. And you're desperate for a victory. You want that economy to collapse. You want people to lose their jobs and starve to death. And it's just so you can say, fuck Trump. And everybody knows it. Everybody knows your outrage is fake. Everybody knows when you go, oh, he's going to collapse the economy. Oh, this is horrible. No, it's not. You want it to happen. That is your, like, you would love that to happen. You would literally be willing to just lose it all if you could go, I told you so. You don't see a problem with that? You don't see there's something wrong with you people? There's something deeply wrong with you when you're willing to destroy your own life to get Trump. Insane. Oh, yeah, every day they attack the Teslas. Every day. That's a daily thing. Supreme Court ruled you're going to CCOT. Oh, God, listen to John Oliver. Oh, my God, listen to this.
Here she is explaining what we do and don't know at this point.
It is undoubtedly true that trans women will maintain advantages in some sports. Probably not so much in endurance sports, but in size and strength sports. Trans women will also have some physiological disadvantages. Our larger frames are now being powered by reduced muscle mass, reduced aerobic capacity, and that can lead to disadvantages in terms like quickness, recovery, endurance, things that maybe aren't quite as obvious as being bigger and stronger.
Right, bigger and stronger bodies are not automatically advantaged in every scenario. I mean, put The Rock in a Pure Bar class and see what happens. I mean, we know what would happen. He'd take a video of himself, caption it, mad respect to these mamas, everyone go see Moana 2, and try to use it to sell his tequila before eating 13,000 pancakes and drinking a cow. We know what would happen. But the degree of difference here matters because we expect a certain amount of difference in athletics. Taller basketball players are expected to compete against shorter ones, faster soccer players compete against slower ones. Michael Phelps was allowed to compete with other swimmers despite being part dolphin. And crucially, none of the studies I've mentioned so far bear much relevance to what these new laws target, which is youth sports, usually of all ages. And the research there is even more scant. We have no research about how being trans or undergoing gender-affirming treatment impacts athletic performance in teens. And when it comes to kids...
Good God. Do you ever stop and listen to yourself and realize, like, you've lost your mind? Like, you just lost your fucking mind. Like, what are you talking about? They create these fake issues. Like, there are real problems in this country, bro. We don't give a shit about this fake bullshit. Take these mentally ill people and put them in a mental house and get them some fucking help. They don't need to be fucking playing basketball. What the fuck's going on? This is silly, man. This is silly shit.
Before the onset of puberty, I could talk about the studies showing the subtle performance differences between boys and girls, but I'd argue when you're talking about 7-year-olds, as a practical matter, that's a point where lots of school sports are co-ed anyway, and a key difference between competitors on a field can come down to whether a kid was born in October or April. And at this point, you might be saying, well, I don't need to wait for scientific research. This is all common sense, and I know what I've seen online. But a lot of what you've seen may not be quite what you think it is, both when it comes to trans athletes' impact on competition or safety.
Oh my God. This dude's lost the plot, son. He's lost the plot. What the hell? It's all plummeting, Harry. Meanwhile, back in reality.
Good morning, members of the committee. My name is Taylor Starling. I'm 16 years old and I attend Martin Luther King High School. I have a 4.0 GPA, serve as vice president of my junior class, and volunteer with National Women's Charity League, and lead as captain of my school's cross-country and track and field teams. I was removed from my varsity girls team and replaced by a newly eligible male transfer student who received favorable treatment. I worked every day during summer with my team and into the school year 6 days a week, waking up at 5 a.m. to attend morning practices and staying at school until 4:45 each day. My goal was to attain a varsity spot on my school's Division I CIF team. Not an easy feat, but one I accomplished. Since the start of the season in August, I ran in every varsity race. In late October, the male transfer student was given my spot after not being held to the same strict team requirements as me and the rest of the girls. He did not have to attend practice while my team and I were running 7 miles a day together. After having my spot taken away from me that I earned, I missed out on running with my varsity team in one of the top cross-country invitationals of the season. As a result of this unfair treatment, my teammate Caitlin and I wore shirts that said "Save Girls Sports" and stated that boys and girls are different. It's common sense. XX does not equal XY. This is not hateful or unkind. This is reality. However, our athletic director made me remove my shirt and told me it was like wearing a swastika in front of a Jewish person, and said that I would face disciplinary action if I wore it again. My Title IX and free speech rights as a female matter too. Why are girls being told that we must sit down and be quiet while boys unfairly get ahead of us in life? Why do boys not have to attend practice and make the sacrifices that us girls make in order to be scholar athletes? Just because those boys believe they are transgender. Girls matter too. Please protect us. Thank you.
That's a problem with the liberal mind. It's you see it every time they debate. If you listen to them debate people, and you got to study for that. You got any data for that? It's like, brother, there are certain things in life you don't need to study for. You don't need data for it. You're a fucking retard. You got to study for that? Am I a retard? Well, you got to study for it? Oh. Like, listen to David Pakman with anybody. He there's no critical thinking. It's just like he has no sense whatsoever. He's fucking retarded. He's like, every time somebody asks a question or says something, he's like, well, I'd have to see some data on that. Like, oh my God, dude. No, you don't, bro. You don't have to see no data on it. You know better. Like, this trans shit is over. Move on from it. They're still defending it. Morons. Look, oil went down. Price of oil went down. They complained about that. Hey, for the first time in 4 years, the price of oil went down. Hey, what happened 4 years ago? Oh, you elected a retard. Oh, that's what happened. Oh, wow. Oh, look at that. Huh. Price of gas might go down. No! Every time something good happens, they have a panic attack because they want Trump to fail. They want the economy to collapse. You have to understand. So when they start freaking out and say it's going to happen and all this, oh, you poor, you're going to lose your money. Oh, think of all the people. They want it to happen. These are terrible people. They want it all to collapse just so they can go, I told you so. Pathetic. I wanted to be wrong about Biden. I knew I wouldn't be, but I wanted to be wrong. You people want to be right. You want everything to collapse so you can run your mouth. And when you're at that point in life, you really need to take it. That's why I used to tell Judy, like, maybe you should get off the internet for a little bit. Maybe you should take a break from politics. Because you are like, you've lost your mind. No, Smokey, you lost your mind. No, not at all. I'm a pretty normal person with normal opinions. You're like off the deep end. Like, the prices were skyrocketing and all these people were going, it's not happening. Like, what? It's not that bad. Okay. It went from it's not happening to it's not that bad. then they were like, oh, it's Trump's fault. Trump won the election. Trump won the election and got sworn in, and they went, have you all seen the prices? Ah, they really tried that. They went, hey, y'all notice the prices? Yeah, I've noticed them for years, you fucking clown. I don't know if you've all been paying attention, but the prices have skyrocketed. Yeah. And it's all Trump's fault. He was in office like a day, and they were like, it's all his fault. We're gonna refill the reserves. You're just gonna have to deal with it. You're gonna have to deal with watching Trump be right about everything. And I know it hurts. I know it sucks. I can't stand it. But too bad. Too bad for you. Remember when they told us that prices will never go down, that a price doesn't. Remember when they said that? Prices don't go down. That's weird because I've been noticing some of them going down. Price of eggs dropped $1. I thought that doesn't happen. Everything they say is bullshit. It's all lies. Don't believe a word of it. The prices can go down. I mean, look at that. NASDAQ was up 0.1%. They said everything was gonna crash today, and it didn't. Oh man. Oh goodness. Oh, black people, what is going on? Seen this today. This guy killed some white kid, and black people start sending money. That's a mask off moment, black people. It ain't looking good for you right now. You making a fool of yourself. You looking real racist right now. All that crying about racism for years just to be racist yourselves. You're more, I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy. Oh, here you go. You can watch this while I eat this pizza. You can educate yourself.
And Adam, I want to start on these tariffs.
You
The market
motherfucker
is
did.
on track right now for its worst weekly performance since March of 2020. How do you continue to be an advocate for these tariffs, given the sell-off we're seeing, given that I have had every source on our show this morning say that these tariffs will be causing a recession in the United States?
They don't know that yet. They don't know how long the tariffs are going to be on. We've never done this before. We've never taken on the entire globe. Usually it's done in trade agreements with specific countries, such as NAFTA, which was Canada and Mexico, or European Union situation. This is unique, over 60 countries. Now, there's two aspects to these tariffs. Number one is reciprocality against tariffs from one country to another based on products and services that are specific. So if you're charging a 20% tariff in India, it's going to be reciprocated in the United States. And those go away pretty quickly. That actually leads to fair trade. The more complex aspect of these negotiations are around the idea of trade imbalances. And so when you put on tariffs to try and fix trade imbalance, it's difficult because the largest economy on earth is the United States. So really you're starting a behemoth negotiation, and it's happening in every country. You highlighted Canada, but you might as well talk about Britain or even Switzerland, where I am right now, where they have over 30% tariffs imposed 48 hours ago. And so you can assume that behind the scenes are two spheres of negotiations. One is, let's try and reduce the imbalance of trade by buying more stuff from the United States. That's one signal. And the other, which is very easy to fix, is simply remove all tariffs. If you're going to have reciprocal tariffs at 20%, 30%, 40%, just get rid of them, bring them down to zero.
But Kevin, as of this morning, with the 34% retaliatory tariff from China to the United States, we are not getting closer to free trade. We are just getting further into a trade war.
No, China's a whole different story. This isn't about trade war with China. This is about leveling the playing field on a wide range of issues, including IP law, access to business, access to courts, being compliant with U.S. regulations on securities. There is a laundry list of grievances with China that have been around since they joined the WTO, and none of the administrations previously have ever dealt with China.
So why are tariffs the right way?
Dealt with for the first time. So this has nothing to do with just tariffs. I mean, right now I can't litigate.
But that's the tool that the administration is using. Why are tariffs the correct tool if, to your point, these have nothing to do with tariffs?
What tool do you suggest they do when nothing else has worked?
I'm not the president. It's not my job.
Well, exactly. So let him do his work. China's different than all the other countries.
But it's not
China
working,
has to be dealt
right?
with. Look, I'm having lots of problems with China, as are millions of other companies in the United States that try to do business there. They do not play by the rules. They're going to have to start doing it pretty soon. That's a different conversation. You want to talk about the markets correcting? Yes, they are. By the way, markets correct every 18 months up to 20%. You're watching it happen right now. It's not pleasant. You can't blame just the tariffs for this. These have been very expensive markets now for almost 18 months. Now they're having a correction. I think what matters is this a recession signal, yes or no? And how long will these tariffs be on? I would say 50% of these tariffs across these 60 countries will be negotiated pretty quickly, including the Canadian situation you made details on. Canada's different because they're in the middle of an election. Carney's not an elected official. He has no mandate from the Canadian people. He's just an interim prime minister when they threw out Justin Trudeau a few weeks ago. He's got to get elected first, so he's going to say anything he possibly can to try and distract Canadian voters from the fact that his party bankrupt the country. 25% of Canadians live in poverty. They have had no GDP growth for 10 years. There's no investment capital in Canada anymore, and the dollar's lost 41% of its value. Canadians can't go to the United States because they can't afford it under Carney's leadership in his party. So those are different issues too. There's a lot of things going on at the same time.
A lot of things that economists tell me are not fixable via tariffs, but I am curious from your perspective then, why do you think that we are moving towards a negotiation where these tariffs are not going to be as bad as they seem right now, at least for financial markets? What is it that gives you confidence that there is going to be a negotiation reached?
Because there's a good reason to do it. I mean, you got to distinguish the noise versus the signal. I've said this countless times about Trump. Let's take the Canadian situation, which we've been talking about. If you combine those economies, I'm not saying buying the country, but if you combine the economies, which seems impossible to do given the rhetoric and what's going on right now, but the truth is, the signal is it would be much stronger against China if there were no tariffs between Canada and the United States and they had a common currency and they protected the northern border, not the 49th parallel. Now, the Canadians know that's worth it because 75% of their output has been sold to the United States for over 120 years. 17 states call Canada the #1 trading partner. 28 states, in addition to those 17, #2 trading partners Canada. So it'd be economic suicide not to work this out. The obvious answer is to remove all tariffs, and that will happen, my guess is, right after the election when the Canadians make their choice about who they want to lead them. That person will fly to Washington immediately and start negotiations, which I would call NAFTA 3. But right now, that's not happening because Carney's trying to use this whole Trump issue as fulcrum to try and distract Canadians away from the facts that he wiped out the country. Maybe he'll get elected, maybe he won't. Nobody knows right now. But nothing's going to happen on the Canadian situation until the election's over in just over 5 weeks.
So let's talk about the Canadian citizen reaction, because we've already seen evidence of Canadian citizens boycotting American products. We've heard from CEOs that they are concerned about that, even airline CEOs and the governor of New York being concerned about Canadians not wanting to travel to the United States. Are you getting that pushback from your fellow citizens in Canada?
No. You can understand if you've got the froth and rhetoric around an election cycle why you would get some of that. And some Canadians are unhappy, there's no question about it, but Canadians are not stupid. They understand the economic advantage of working and selling to the United States and having no tariff whatsoever. The behemoth economy is a golden jewel of an idea, and everybody gets that joke. Americans do not hate Canadians. Canadians do not hate Americans. Politicians have lots of rhetoric when they're trying to get elected. That's what they're doing here. All of this will pass too. What drives everybody long term are economic interests, and that's what really you should focus on here. This will pass. Things will calm down. More rational minds will sit at a table across from each other in about 6 weeks in Washington and in Ottawa.
More rational than the president?
At the end.
This is why you don't let women do this. Where's a professional man in there? She's out of her league with this guy. For fuck's sake. He's trying to explain it to her. He's trying to tell her, God, this is an actual businessman. He doesn't have TDS. He's just giving you the logical, rational, just telling you to calm the fuck down, relax. It's not the end of the world. If he thought it was the end of the fucking world, he'd be selling his shit. People like this get rich off all this shit because they're not fucking retards panicking all the time. They think critically, use their brains. That's why they're... See, you gotta get over this idea that everybody richer and more successful than you, some evil fucking prick who's out to get you. Get a grip. By the way, you worship all these Democrat politicians. There's so much evidence that they're out to get you and steal your money. Then I got to hear how Kevin O'Leary is stealing my money. I got to hear about Elon Musk or this or that. No. Opening a business and selling shit and investing is not stealing nobody's fucking money. Stealing money is going and taking it out of the check. Taking it out of your check from work. That's stealing. You voluntarily invest in, if you lost money, well, you made a bad investment. Shit happens. But you wasn't, see, that's not the same thing as a politician taking the tax dollars by force, just taking it from you. Nothing you can do about it. Just take it right in your fucking check. And you got all this smoke for people that ain't doing shit to you. You got none for the politicians. You just worship the ground they walk on. Trump's only been in there a little over 4 years. He's had power a little over 4 years. Oh, he's ruining everything for you. He's out to get you. Oh, he's fucking you over. Oh, where the fuck was this energy the last 4 years?
End of the day, the president's not an idiot either. Neither is Ludnick or Burgum or any of those people negotiating these deals right now. You have to look at the economic opportunity. They're not idiots. They're negotiating. This is a giant, nasty negotiation with a little bit of politics and a little dash-will-do of politics because of the crazy timing of the Canadian election. Trump has a 4-year mandate. At least 2 of them are in a majority situation. If he's going to do all this volatile stuff, which he's doing right now, he's got to do it now, because he may not have a majority mandate after the midterms. So that's why you're getting such an accelerated pace of policy. These tariffs, as I said earlier, 50% of them can be easily melted away to a reciprocal of 0 tariffs. And then this trade deficit is a trickier situation country by country. The only reason there's a deficit in Canada is the fact that so much oil is imported from Alberta into the U.S. economy. If you took away oil, Canadians buy more goods and services from the United States than vice versa. There is no trade deficit ex-oil. So that is obvious too. The numbers are the numbers. It will get resolved. And I think calmer minds will prevail after the election is over in Canada.
Kevin, I want to end on TikTok. Both President Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance saying a deal to sell the app will be reached before this weekend's deadline. And then on Air Force One, President Trump said tariffs on China could be part of that negotiation. Take a listen.
We have a situation with TikTok where China will probably say, we'll approve a deal, but will you do something on the tariff? The tariffs give us great power to negotiate.
So if tariffs and TikTok are now getting tied by the president, where does that put your bid for TikTok in terms of your negotiation power? Where does your bid stand right now?
Well, there's many bids. There's no question there's a deal for TikTok on the table, and that will get one thing with certainty. Tomorrow before midnight, an extension. My guess is 90 days. It'll be punted down the road because the details of the TikTok deal are very difficult. Let me explain two big issues. China has not said what they want to do yet. The current idea is to get a copy of the code and make an American version of it. And we're not sure that passes muster with the law. If you can download, anybody in America can go get the Supreme Court order. The top of page 5 makes it very clear you can't use the Chinese algorithm. So what we're going to have to do, if that's the plan, is get an indemnification from Congress or change the law to make it legal to use that. And that would require 51 votes in changing it, and maybe they could slip it into the Reconciliation Act. All of these are unknowns. But right now, the penalty would be about $820 billion. That's $5,000 per user account per 24 hours times 172 million. And no one, no capital stack of any of the syndicates formed can take that risk. So we need clarity on what's allowed and what isn't based on the law that was passed by Congress and the Supreme Court order. Remember, it was 9-0. There was no ambiguity in it. And so somebody has to figure that out and either give financiers, both the debt and equity structures, some kind of indemnification against that penalty coming back. Because remember, that law will last long past Trump's administration. So if you have an ambitious attorney general that perhaps is a Democrat, you'll get sued for $800 billion.
Yeah.
Nobody can afford that. So we got to solve that problem. We got to figure that out. So these are the things that we're going to have to get worked out in the next 90 days to get this deal done.
Oh, God. I'm sure she knows more than everybody else. But it's not working. But it is working. What are you talking about? How did you expect this to go? I just don't get people this. What the fuck do you expect to happen? He tried. He told him it was coming, and they all was like, whatever. Fuck you. What are you gonna do? Drive your own stock market down? Who's crazy enough to do that? Well, he did it. And they're all like, oh, shit. And then their stock market goes down. Now, I guess they're all going to be stubborn as fuck and just let it all fucking fall apart. I guess they, that's what you all think, huh? I've seen the dumbest shit in the world today. If you make iPhones in America, it'll cost $30,000 to buy one. Yeah, I bet. The lies are getting really silly. In what world do you think Apple is going to make their iPhone 30 grand? Nobody will buy it. It'll bankrupt their company. It's not going to happen, guy. Good God. They couldn't be reasonable and say, oh, the iPhone, it'll cost like $2 grand or something. It'll be 1,500. Or they couldn't just be reasonable. They went off the deep end. I love how J.P. Morgan, suddenly we listen to the billionaires. Suddenly, Democrats say, well, do you hear what J.P. Morgan said? Oh, rich people. I thought you hated them. The liberal has no beliefs. The liberal has no principles. The liberal, the only thing it cares about is power and control and death. That's it. That's what they worship. That's what they're into. And they'll say anything, do anything, support anything that whatever they have to do at the time, they'll do it. So if a rich person says something that's good for them, well, here we go. This rich person said this, so he's right. All these rich cocksuckers, they said it. But then any other time, they're telling me how J.P. Morgan's, oh God, oh God, they're fucking us over. Oh. Okay, well, if they're fucking us over and they don't have our best interest in mind, then why would I listen to them? I'm just asking you to follow your own goddamn rhetoric. Is that too much to ask? You're going to say all this shit and then you're just going to throw it all under the bus. You're just going to be like, nah, never mind, actually. J.P. Morgan agrees with me, so I agree with him. I thought you hated them. I thought they were evil, out to get you. Billionaires, oh my God. If Bernie Sanders was president and he did the exact same thing Trump's doing, every liberal would be going, hell yeah. Fuck yeah. About time somebody put rich people in their place. Trump does it. And oh no, this isn't right, Smokey. This isn't right. Think of the stocks. Think of the rich people. Won't we think of them? And then I bring that up and then I call that hypocrisy out, and dumb low IQ people go, oh, so now you hate the rich. This is why you're retarded. Because you can never understand the point. You never get anything. You're so clueless. And it's only going to get worse for you. So, like I said, I just hush. I just let things play out, see how it goes. You want the stock market to collapse. You want everything to collapse. So if it does, that's good for you. That's exactly what you want. And then you'll be able to gloat about it, and you'll win the midterms and win 2028. And so, if Trump was really doing something that was really going to fuck his shit up and fuck up the future elections for Republicans, they would be loving it. They're having a meltdown because they don't. Deep down they realize Trump's probably going to be right, like he always is, and then the economy is going to be booming, and then we're really going to look stupid. But you did that to yourself too. See, if it all collapses, it all doesn't work, I'm nothing like you. I'll just go, well, he don't know what the fuck he's doing. So fuck it. Democrats are retarded. Trump's retarded. Republicans are retarded. Yeah, let's just go back to fucking playing Rust or something, I guess. Fuck all this shit. There is no hope. None of these people know what they're doing. I'm not going to be sitting here gaslighting like you. But the man deserves some time to do what he's doing. You don't backpedal 3 days later. Good. Oh my God. Oh my God, Smokey. Oh my God, look what's happening. Abort. Abort. No. This is a process. We're going to let it play out. Get over it. Fuck over it. We know you people. We know what you're doing. We know that we got some of these rich people, these rich ass liberals selling their stocks, trying to manipulate the market, make it go down. I know what's going on. We all know what's going on. Because when Biden was president, the stock market went way lower than it is now, and you all gaslit about it. You all said it was no big deal. So it's hard to take you serious now. Don't you understand? We can't take you serious now because it's like, well, what the fuck? It's very strange. And people aren't buying iPhones. You have to understand that you have to understand the middle class has been devastated. The poor class has been devastated. They're not lining up to buy iPhones. They're not buying consoles. They're struggling. They're having a hard time paying their bills and feeding themselves. They're not worried about iPhones. Y'all are out of touch with reality. And I've been saying that for years now. You're not in touch with the common man. The common man has been struggling for years now. And you're freaking out about, oh, the price of the iPhone. The price of your European vacation is nobody's taking a vacation. You idiot. And the people that can afford to go to Europe, they can handle the price going up. Don't you get that? They can handle that because they're rich. It doesn't matter to them. Yeah, it costs a little bit more. Well, they're rich as fuck. The people that can't afford it couldn't afford it before, and they had no plans on going anywhere. You've got to come back in touch. This is why your party is it's imploding and falling apart, because you're out of touch with the people you claim to represent. You do not represent poor people. You do not represent the middle class. You represent the rich class. And you always have. You trot out Beyonce and this and that and Megan Thee Stallion, and you say, oh, look, vote for Kamala. Meanwhile, people are like, hey, man, I need to hear about what you're going to do to like fix all this. Holy shit, I don't want to live like this anymore. What happened? I didn't used to have to live like this. What have you done? What's your plan to turn this around? Because you're the person that fucked it up. So I really need to hear some concrete plans from you because I have no trust for you. Well, I'm Brad. Oh, he's Hitler. Well, I really need to hear some plans. I need you to act like an adult for 5 minutes. Can you be an adult? Nazi, Nazi. Oh, God. That's where we're at with you people. We realize that you just are retarded and we just gotta quit trying to talk to you. We gotta quit trying to reason with you. You're fucking retarded. So we have to just go with Trump. Like I said during the election, I'll take my chances with Trump. I didn't just say that to say it. I meant it. I have no other choice. You gave me no choice. Gave me no choice. Oh, they were freaking out. So you see, Trump pulled the chair out for Netanyahu, and they were saying, "Oh, see, Israel owns us." Trump pulled the chair out for Netanyahu, but wait a minute, what is this? What is this here? Oh, he did it for the Indian Prime Minister too. It's just something he does because Trump has class. I know you faggots don't understand what class is and what being a decent person is, but being respectful. But well, that's why you keep losing. Smokey, he pulled the chair out because the Jews own us all. The Jews. Maybe he just does it for everybody. Maybe it's not that deep. Maybe you're caught up in a fantasy about Jews. By the way, when I seen this, well, not this tweet, there's another tweet. I think the guy deleted it because it was below this one. This was below this. I thought. I don't know. This is from February. God, where's the tweet? If he had any decency, he'd fucking delete it. He's fucking retarded. Oh, here we go. It's right here. God, it's so funny. See, look. Oh, God, the Jews. The fucking Jews. Trump did that because Netanyahu owns him, controls him. Oh, no, did it for this guy too. Okay. When I saw that tweet right there, I knew that if I just went to the replies, that I'd probably find something like that right there. And there it is. I know you people like the back of my hand. I know you Jew haters. I know all you clowns. Like the back of my hand. I know your game. And I know if I just take the time to just scroll down, I'll find it. That's how, don't you understand lying doesn't work because all you got to do now is scroll down. And we scroll all day. It's what we do on our phones. We're scrolling, we're stuck in the what do they call that? The death scroll or some shit. You're just scrolling endlessly through these videos and things. I try to catch myself doing it. I'm like, what am I doing? It's not enough. Sometimes I'll start doing it and I'll go, no, we're not going to do this for an hour. No. Not scrolling through videos for an hour. What is this? What kind of life is this? Sometimes you need to, though. You need to see what the fuck's going on in the world. We used to watch TV for an hour. Now we do doom scrolling. And we scroll through different videos. I kind of like it better if you think about it because you see so many different things. Used to, you watch a television show or a movie for an hour or two. Now you see all kinds of shit while you're scrolling. You're bombarded with all kinds of shit. You see things you don't want to see, things you do want to see. It's crazy. But you lied again. That's all y'all people do is lie all the time. Will you just stop? Will you just stop? Oh, God. Nintendo says tariffs aren't the reason for Switch 2's cost. Oh, you lied about that. Oh. Whoops. You lied again. You lied again. And again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again. Yeah. See this right here? Look. See, we're here. But see here? See here? You had nothing to say about that. Well, but you're panicking about this, but what about this? What about this? 2003, 2023. What's this? Hey, what is this right here? What's that right there? This is very serious right here. Oh God, the horror. But what is this? Hey, what is this right here? And what is this one? And all that. What is all this? What is all this? We don't talk about this. This right here. Right here. We don't talk about it. We don't talk about it. We don't talk about that part. That was not a big deal, but this is right here. Even though this is way down here, and this is still way up here. We don't talk about this. That's the pandemic. The pandemic's here. This is right here's the pandemic, brother. See this right here? 2020, 2021, this is the pandemic. Can you remind me what pandemic we were going through right here? Let me zoom in for you to see. So between 2022, 2023, and even into 2024, there was no pandemic. What the? Pandemic? By the way, pandemic was fake. Can we stop pretending that was real? I'm done pretending that any of it was real. I mean, it doesn't seem like it. All right, I'm getting off. I gotta go take a shit, take a shower, and I'm gonna go to sleep.